Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Saturday, May 2nd, 2020. This is an extra video I am doing because I want to show you something, and because since yesterday, well, let's back up a moment. Yesterday, Friday, the stock market fell a little over 600 points with regard to the Dow Jones Industrial Average, after a record-setting month in this market. And a lot of people are writing to me explaining that this market is about to crash, it's about to collapse. I don't understand why people are getting rattled like this. I really don't. Again, if you focus on the stock market, you're blind. You're literally blind. You have to look at other assets, especially the debt market and the dollar, to gauge where stocks are going. Also, I made a lovely chart for you. I want to show you this in a moment. But again, let's put that into perspective. So yesterday, the stock market fell off 600 plus point with regard to the Dow. No knee-jerk reaction into the dollar. No knee-jerk reaction into the safety of debt. So what does that mean? Again, you can't just focus on the stock market. Again, you're like a ship without a rudder. So what I want to talk about here in this video, again, to try to assess the situation, and I'll talk more about this tomorrow, is simply this. We cannot let 1 day, 2 days, even 3 days, change our perspective here. What is going on? Parabolic debt acquisition. Just this past Wednesday, what did the Fed do? They promised to buy all the assets, even more if they have to. This is very bullish for the market. The fact that there was no knee-jerk into the dollar yesterday or knee-jerk into debt, the 10-year yield stayed relatively unchanged. We have witnessed a pretty miraculous event, and I'm going to show you this chart I made. So this is the S&P 500. Okay, right here is the drop we had. Look at the bottom, and boom, V-shape. A V-shaped recovery off of that bottom. This is the last month we've been in here, and you can see it's pretty much straight up. You see that little dark candlestick? That's yesterday. 1 day, you're going to tell me that this one blip, it means all this is meaningless? Almost look at the pattern. Up, drop, up, drop, up, drop. These drops can be very bullish. Very bullish, understand? I want to talk more about that in a moment because there's more information here. But again, putting this together, understanding the environment we are in, I explained to you that whatever we thought we knew about the stock market, let's say a few months ago, doesn't matter anymore. This is a new market. We've never been here before. Sure, since 2008, we've had a Federal Reserve buying assets, but the Federal Reserve is buying the equivalent of the entire TARP program every few hours now. This is unprecedented, and it's pushed stocks off the bottom into a V-shaped recovery. All right, now what I want to do here, because I want to keep this video kind of short. I want to talk about stochastics. Let's look at the bottom here. Notice this. See when we got over, this is way oversold. Look what happened up here. Look where we are now with regard to stochastics, all the way over here, my lovely arrow. Okay? Now, more so than that, I want you to look at this. This here, this is the 50-day moving average, and this is a 21-day moving average. See right here? They just had a very bullish crossover. I want to see if we can zero in on that. The 21-day has now crossed the 50-day while we have an uptrend like that. That's a screaming uptrend, despite yesterday. So again, I want to put this into perspective. Yesterday, that in the face of all this off the bottom. And people are freaking out. Greg, the market's going to crash. It's over. Look, maybe you're right. But when you put this stuff together here, and you don't let yourself get rattled. Why, I don't understand why people get rattled in this market. Unless you're risking cash, you cannot afford to lose. And that's always a downer. I mean, if you're putting cash in this market and you can't afford to lose it, well, you got bigger problems than you think. We are speculating on what the market will do. There's no guarantees here, but we do have clues. For example, no knee jerk into the dollar yesterday, no knee jerk into debt yesterday. We had a screaming month last month. I mean, come on, look at that. One blip, you're going to base everything on that? That's one day. That was yesterday. 600-point drop. You gotta be kidding me. But look at the crossover here. This is bullish. This is bullish. Stochastics. Look at this. Way oversold. Look, our economy, we have no economy. You know that. But the market seems to be shrugging it off. The only reason, really, why stocks fell yesterday and why stocks fell the day before was threats coming out of the mouth of President Trump against China to raise tariffs. That's it. Once they become friends again, whammo. It's probably going to be a setup. Maybe tomorrow, before stock futures open up, they're going to blow some sunshine straight up the crack of the market. Maybe they'll be friends again and the market's going to put on 1,000 points. We don't know. We don't know. But what we do know is more important. What we do know is we're going to keep our eye on the debt market, the 10-year yield. It's staying where it is. Dollar, no knee-jerk into the dollar, no knee-jerk reaction. And then you got a very simple technical chart. Very, very simple. All right, this is bullish. You trying to tell me, all of you that are telling me the market's going to crash tomorrow or the next day or whatever, you don't think this is bullish? This run here? You don't think that this crossover, the 21-day and the 50-day, you think that's bearish? You think this one candlestick right here makes all the difference? When you start seeing this, when you start seeing all of these, that's when you got a problem. Let's go up here. Let's go up here. When we crossed over here, when the 21-day crossed under the 50, we had a precipitous drop. And then we had this. So, I mean, come on. Look at this. Look at the stochastics. Look where we are. That's it. All right, look. I wanted to get this out because there seems to almost to be like a panic with regard to yesterday's sell-off, and I don't understand it. I really don't understand why people are freaking out at all. With that said, I will be doing a markets a look ahead tomorrow. Oh, just real quick. Bitcoin just crossed $9,000. For those of you out here, and I know there's a lot of you that bought Bitcoin when I said to buy it at 3,700, you want to talk about a face ripping? You have ripped the face off of Bitcoin like there's no tomorrow. And we're going to 10. 10's my target. Once we hit 10, we will address it. Do I think it's probably going higher than 10? Yeah, if I had to throw it out there. But again, my target has been 10,000. Off that 3,700 when I said it was time to buy. We have all done unbelievably well. To say we have outperformed the stock market with regard to Bitcoin is the understatement of the year. And there's definitely more to come. There's no doubt about it. In an environment of parabolic debt. Hey, speaking of parabolic debt, I did an interview yesterday with Gerald Celente on Kennedy Financial. I will place a link to that interview in the description of this video. And you should go over there and have a look at that. All right, so with that said, I really do hope I've put a perspective on this for you with regard to this market. I'm not saying this market's not going to sell off on Monday, and I'll have more information tomorrow when I do my markets a look ahead. But gauging from what we have, it's always about what we know. Is there going to be unknowns? Of course there are unknowns. And one big unknown is the mouth of the president. We don't know what's going to come out of his mouth. Maybe he is going to raise tariffs on China, and that will pressure stocks. There's no doubt about it. But the man seems pretty much fixated on pushing the stock market higher. You understand? And what have we been doing? We've been trying to take advantage of it. If it's the gift that keeps on giving, it's that simple. All right, look, before I keep running off with the mouth, I think this video has been important. Please share it. Check out the interview with me and Joe Salente on Kennedy Financial. Link down below. I will, believe it or not, see you tomorrow. I'm out of here.